All right, so here we go with James 1:23. For anyone who is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man who looks at his natural face in the mirror. Now he's going to finish this up in 1:24 on the next verse. So we'll just start in on this idea and then we'll wrap it up next time. So this hearer and not a doer. This is similar to, now as a dad, I have kids. And I may say, you got to pick up your toys or clean your room or clean the dishes or whatever it might be. And there's a phrase that I get back every so often, and it's, I know. Well, I didn't ask if you knew what you were supposed to do. I asked you to take action on what you're supposed to do. So that's the hearer and understanding and not a doer of the word. It's one thing to know the word, and it's quite another thing sometimes to be a doer. Now, I know as adults, sometimes we driving on the road going a little too fast and we get the flashing lights behind us. Well, it's time to comply with the pull over and stop instructions, which are, of course, nonverbal at the moment there, because we're about to have an uncomfortable conversation where things aren't going to go our way, most likely. And if we choose to be a hearer of the sirens and not a doer of the pulling over, things are going to get even worse for us. So that's the hearer versus doer. Now, we have a lot of urges, impulses. We're all human. There's things that we want to do that might not be for the best of us. So there's people that like to drink alcohol, and sometimes if you drink too much of it, that's called getting drunk. Well, you can know that you're not supposed to get drunk, and then sometimes it's difficult not to do that, to be a doer of that word. We do have some sexual urges or something like that, and knowing that we're not supposed to follow that particular urge because marriage or holy sexuality is what God calls us to, is knowing it and then walking it out sometimes is different. A little bit more real, I know for myself, I'm sure for most of us, is somebody says something, it rubs me the wrong way. My impulse or my urge is to lash out at them and let them know how it made me feel. And I'm trying to get them to feel the same way, of course, because I was offended. And that's not what the word is calling us to do. It's calling us to walk in unity with Jesus as our captain of our team. And if I lash out, that's going to cause a bigger rift between my fellow teammate and myself. Now, James does use the illustration as of a mirror. So with this here, we do need to slow up and ask ourselves, now, why would I need to look in the mirror? Right? We want to check and make sure that we look all put together, that we see what other people are going to see. So if we are a hearer of the word, not a doer, that's what people are going to see. They're going to see us not doing if we all messed up in the mirror. Another question, why would somebody recommend that you go look in the mirror? I know that if I'm out to dinner with my wife and I got a little something on me, she'll be all like, right? And you get one of those? Oh, okay. And then there's some times where it's all like, you need to go check this out for yourself. You made way too much of a mess, and that's something you're gonna have to figure out on your own. I'm not gonna be able to give you instructions on where to scratch and where to wipe. So you gotta go check that out on your own. So again, with this here, it's what do people see us being doers of the word? That's what we're looking in the mirror. Am I put together? Are people seeing what I see or what I think I see in the mirror? Now, the other thing that James kind of puts in here is it's more of a glance, just a quick glance. And then he's going to finish up that idea in the next verse. But for now, we just got to remember, are we showing that we are doers? And we can check what we look like in the mirror.